Hey sportsman, John Bergsma here. Hey, today's show, Kesagami Wilderness Lodge. You know, this lodge is an awesome place, and we thought, looking back, we filmed several shows here. We wanted to show you a best of show on Kesagami Wilderness Lodge there in Northern Ontario. Stay tuned. You're going to see awesome pike. You're going to see tons of big walleye and scenery like no other. Stay tuned. I am trying is the key word here. Right at the boat too.
It might be tough to pull through those pencils.
No, he's free. Oh yeah, he's fighting. That little rage craw did not take long to produce, did it? Oh. I mean, he just crushed it. Right in front of me, that was so cool. Look at that thing down there with that rage craw.
Oh yeah, nice fish. Oh, I'll let you fight him out a bit. Back around.
They love this thing. Ultimate best northern pike bait in shallow water I've ever used. It's a Magnum Rage Craw by Strike King. And I'm telling you what, big pike, eat that thing. Big pike, eat it. I'll give you a loose line. I came in here, and last year I came here and caught a 38, 39, and a 42 on this little plastic that we're using here. And I'm telling you what, I'll show it to you. It's just a Texas rigged weedless. So basically on the offset, we'll just show you. We put it up on the offset just like you were going to bass fish. You're going to punch it right in like this. And you can see the tip is gone. The tip is right there. When the pike bites, look, boom, the tip is right there. See, that it's right there. So all you're doing is just sliding it up like that. We're working it through these pencil reeds. You got cabbage at your lake. You got whatever garbage, wood, anything. This right here is the best shallow water structure pike bait I have ever tied on. It's not even close. We'll show you pike number one after 5 minutes here, and we'll get this girl back in. I know right now Pat's just trying to get a good measurement on it.
Yeah, 36.
36, but boy, it's a big 36.
Fish. Yeah, beautiful fish.
This is a healthy 36-inch Kasagami Lake pike. Awesome. We're going to get her back in the water right now, Pat. Picture.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Qwest, built by fishermen for fishermen. TraxTech, the ultimate fishing system. Strike King, tie one on. Garmin.
So hey sportsman, John Bergsma. Here's our tackle box for the day. Now, what we're going to do here is show you what we're using. Now, this is the big 4.5-inch rage tail. And what's really fun about this particular bait, take your weedless, you know, your just regular offset worm hook. Now, when you're northern fishing, you're going to want to fish and you're going to want to make sure this thing is up. So we're going to spin it. So we go in, you're going to want to fish weedless when you're fishing these shallow waters. You just push it into that first first little nub right there. You run it up, and you're just going to offset it, just like you would a worm, okay? So you get it up on your offset and spin it, and now this little indented slot right there is right there for you, and you just bend the worm a little, of course, like you always would, push it through, and now it lays. Pull this up, it lays right in that slot perfectly, and it allows you to long cast this bait right through the weeds. So it lays straight. Now, again, one of the little things is make sure these claws are pulled apart. Sometimes they're a little bit connected at the manufacturer. You want to pop them apart. And you just sit here and watch the action of this in the water. See how I threw it right on a weed? But look at those little tails. Any movement at all through the water, and it rolls right over top of the weeds and the reeds, and northerns cannot stand that. White is a great color. Another little tip you could do is you could take a magic marker and you could paint a red magic marker and paint the head or the back half of the claws red, and that would drive northerns crazy too. But hey, let's get back in there. Watch this cast. See how far I casted right out into that? And I can just easily just slow reel that, and it will walk right over top of those reeds. Even though I'm casting crosswind right now, you see how it just walks right over those reeds. It's totally reedless. Reedless, that's a new term. Reedless, weedless, and I bring it in. Now when I'm long casting with the reeds, understand that the wind is going to lay the reeds down, then it's just going to run in between them. And you're sight fishing, boom, big northern right there. You're sight fishing, just what I just told you. Never quit watching, never quit watching. This is a train wreck. Whoa, never quit watching that bait, guys, because when that bait vanishes, it's white. When you lose sight of that bait, you've been hit. And pike sometimes will overrun the bait. And when they overrun the bait like that, this is a big fish and I don't want to lose him. Yep, but we'll have to slip to him. Now this is where having an experienced guide is huge. Jake knows that these reeds can tear up even 30-pound braid that I got. So what we've got to do, here he's free, is change the angle. He pulled it. Oh my gosh. This is a sled of a northern. An absolute sled. We're going to show you what a rage tail weedless. Did he come free? No, he didn't. He just ran at me. I'm still on him. Big. Oh, look at this fish. Look at this one. Holy cow. Excuse me for being candid, but if you want ball busting action, Kasagami Lake, baby. This is a train wreck coming at you, Jake. This is a sled. I'm going to sit down and say I don't think I'm leaving camp with whatever's left of these baits. Jake's going to hold me hostage. You like them, don't you, buddy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Look at how easy that hook come out. Now Jake's going to let me show you this while he wrangles the fish to me. It's important to cradle net, but look at, see how that attitude of that bait is? All I got to do to fix it, look, boom, back to weedless. That is as simple as that bait is. And deadly, you just saw it live. 42, baby, and not unhealthy. Ladies and gentlemen, you want big northern pike Kasagami Lake. And Kasagami Lake, oh my gosh. Look at the thickness. Look at the back on this fish. That is just a sled, a flat out sled. Let's take the time to release them right. You lay them down, you hold them in the water. Look at the size of that fish. The healthiness of this population, Jake, is awesome. Yeah, that's a big one. Look at that fish. Look at that fish. And we're not going to hurry her. I mean, I really horsed her and fought her hard, and she did a great job, but we'll let her recover. She'll swim away when she's darn well ready. And right now, there she goes. Back to keep another angler that comes and visits Charlie McDonald at Kasagami Lake. Woo!
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Kraft, the toughest built aluminum boats, bar none. Dreamweaver, home of the revolutionary Spin Doctor. Lose, feel the difference. Wave Pro, best ride on the water.
Coming to Kasagami for the first time was a real eye-opening experience. I expected monster northerns, and I got monster northerns. Oh yeah, right here, Chase. Right there. Look at the boils. You see that thing engulf. I'm trying to keep them out of the reeds. You got a barbless here at Kasagami. You got to keep them. Yeah, this is nasty awesome stuff. Look at it in the light of that Ontario sun. These pigs are why you come to Kesagami Lake Lodge. What I did not expect was hundreds, and I mean hundreds of walleyes every day. You know, and a lot of people think of this purely as a big pike lake, and again, it is an awesome big pike lake. But if you love walleye fishing, Kesagami Wilderness Lodge and Kasagami Lake are the place to go. Oh yeah, look at the size of this sled coming in. Oh, look at, he engulfed that. We were trolling those jigs. See that jig? No, you can't, because it's gone. That is what an aggressive presentation will get you. Beautiful fish, but that little tiny jig trolled, and they are coming up and just whacking it. 17 to 20 inches all day long. Silly fishing. That's all you can say about it. It's just silliness. This is the one we were looking for, right in the center of those lilies. I gotta hold on. He's gonna make a massive run. I'm gonna back the drag off a little.
You can come back here if you need to.
No. He's just gonna do whatever he wants to do. I saw him. He was a big one.
Oh yeah, that's a beauty.
See them lilies right there? He came out of the water when I landed in those lilies.
Beautiful.
That's a fat one too. We'll want to hold him up. We might want to cradle him. I don't want to just let him go. For the show, I gotta hold this one. I think so, because I'm going to have to hold him up. Charlie's not going to be happy if I don't hold one of these. Well, Tom, you were right. These lilies were just right. I'm bringing them up. Yeah. I'll give you slack.
I may need your help here.
Oh, yeah. Got him pinched. Kesagami Wilderness Lodge, baby. These fish, what was that, Tom? 2 foot of water?
Yep.
You get fish like this in 2 foot of water, you have got to come here. Now we're going to go ahead and let this fish go right away.
You want a picture?
Yep.
Okay.
One of the things that Kasagami really prides themselves on is handling these fish with care. This is the first one that we've taken out of the water other than the first day. We caught probably what today, Tom? 5, 6 fish. They almost never came out of the water. But we thought, end of the day, we better take one out of the water and show you just the sheer healthiness. Look at the side of that fish. These fish are awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And they'll tell you. They might sit here for a little bit and you can move them a little bit to kind of remind them that they're in the water, but I've just got a loose grip on his tail, and when he shoots out of my grip, he's ready to go. Well, we just got done with one of Kesagami Lodge's famous shore lunches. We literally just sat at shore lunch and had a black bear come in. Welcome to Kesagami Wilderness Lodge. I'm your roving reporter, and this is a bear who really likes the fish and chips we're making. And apparently we're not going to run anywhere because we're surrounded by water, and we can't go that way. So we were cooking, and someone said, "Look behind you," and we literally looked, and like 3 feet behind us. Only in northern Ontario does this happen.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Offshore Tackle Products, FlowFast, world's leading portable fluid transfer system, Drato, catch and release boat system.
Yeah. That's a better one. Awesome. Kasagami Lake, baby. Little tiny Strike King jigs. I even turned our guide on to them. We're using little 2-inch crappie jigs, and they are awesome. Look at them beautiful fish. Oh, right behind. Catch and release. What's that? Jake calls it a Kasagami release. Beautiful. There we go. Little 2-inch crappie jig. That's all we're using. And literally, you see how far we're fishing from the boat. Like 6 inches. First fish of the morning. We thought it was maybe going to be slow because of the temperatures, but nice fish to start the day. Oh, I think so. I've got to keep a ton of pressure on them because these are barbless hooks. We've smashed the barbs down on our jigs because Kasagami is barbless. One single. That's a nice fish, Jake. Good start to the morning. All right. Good job, Jake. I'll tell you what, that fish was live. Yeah, that was nice. Awesome.
Nice fish, John.
Awesome. Healthy as can be. You know, when we first got to the Cochrane Air Base and took Cochrane Air out here to Kasagami, we were a little taken back by the greeting we got, and we found out in our stay over the next 4 days that it wasn't just us because we were a TV show. They greeted every single party the same way, with the staff out on the docks with wheelbarrows waiting to take their stuff off the planes, take it directly to their cabin or lodge room, load it in for them. Their guide for the day was waiting for them at the dock. The minute they got off, they got ushered in for a fresh breakfast. They could go freshen up if they wanted to, and immediately to the boats and off to the lake to go fishing. That hospitality that Charlie McDonald and the staff here at Kasagami bring is a really, really unique situation to these great North adventures, and Kasagami does it as good as anyone. The accommodations at Kasagami are fantastic. Not only are we way north into northern Ontario, just about 60 miles short of James Bay, but we have a fantastic, fully powered lodge system with full service amenities. waitresses bringing you custom-made meals every night, a fully stocked bar. Our cabins were great, and it also has lodge rooms with full showers and toilets and just all the things you don't really expect when you get this far north. Part of the experience here at Kasagami is their shore lunch, you know, and every guide goes out in every boat with a kit fully prepared to do shore lunch. Now you can opt for a boxed lunch if that's what you want, if you want to really get into the fishing all day long, but I would encourage everybody to take advantage of shore lunch. Shore lunch is when you go out and you catch a dozen walleyes and you and the crew, everyone on the boat, goes to shore and makes fried potatoes and onions, baked beans, you know, and deep fried walleye. Wasn't that awesome? Can you imagine that? Cooking shore lunch and having a bear walk in right behind you, casting with a topwater and catching a 42-inch northern? Awesome stuff. Hey, thanks for joining us here on Fisherman's Digest. We'll see you again next week.
Closed captioning is brought to you by WavePro. Best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.